After the Styrian Grand Prix 1 week ago, round 11 of the MotoGP World Championship is back at the Red Bull Ring again for another Spielberg Classic. With unpredictable weather, will it stay dry or could we be in for a dash and splash? It's race day in MotoGP.
For Juliet, the safety car fleet, the Alfa Romeo safety car fleet, the World Superbike, of course.
Yeah, Greg's let them have the keys to his car just for this one-off session here in Australia. So beautiful motors, those Alfas, and they'll be setting off around this circuit in a moment. But you're right about the weather. I was just saying a moment or two ago, considering the predictions that we had about the weather today, we were expecting almost unbearable conditions, but they're not as bad as yesterday. But like we've spoken to so many people so far, of course, residents of Australia and especially residents of Melbourne, there are often forecasts that you just cannot predict over here in Melbourne. It sort of almost has a four-layered weather system, where you have literally decent weather one minute and then it's raining the next and then it's windy and then it's absolutely blistering. It doesn't seem as though the Australian weather forecast is that easy to predict.
4 seasons in a day, it's the perfect example, isn't it, really? Here then is the bike at the front of the field. Don't forget, if you're new to World Superbike, the Super Pole session of Saturday does decide the grid. But I started it was earlier on, let's expect more of the same, boys.
The three Brits on the front row. Third place for Leon Haslam, who was second in race one. Chaz was third. Jonathan Ray on the Kawasaki looking for his first double here in Australia. We look to the lights at the top left of your screen. As soon as they go out, we're ready, and away we go. And that was a bit of a shaky start there for Jonathan. He just struggled a little bit, but can he recover? Down into turn one. Leon Haslam's got away well as well. And it is going to be Jonathan Ray who takes the lead ahead of Leon Haslam, and Chaz Davies in third. It looks like, is that Sylvain Guintoli or Van der Mark? It's Van der Mark in fourth place. Haslam's moved up into second. Tom Sykes again from the second row. A good start up ahead of Jordi Torres.
Yes, as clean as ever then. Once again, great stuff from everybody as they make their way down towards the Stoner corner for the first time. Fantastic start for Van der Mark. Look at this though, side by side almost. And Van der Mark all the way around the outside of Chaz Davies into Ducati. Can he make it stick? Under braking for turn 4. No, he cannot.
Go down into turn 4 here. Troy Bayliss trying to go up underneath the Altia Ducati and Biocco. Bayliss was pushed wide down out on the exit of the southern loop, but it is Ray that leads from Leon Haslam. Chaz Davies in third. Michael Van der Mark in fourth place, and then in fifth it is Tom Sykes. So Tom Sykes is going to have another go at Van der Mark here. These two could well be side by side again down the start-finish straight.
And if I'm not mistaken, Alex Lowe's was missing, wasn't he, from the middle of the second row of the grid as they got underway. So let's see what's happened to Alex Lowe's and the Suzuki. Down to turn 10 then. Ray leads the way. There's Haslam Davies up the inside. This is a repeat of race 1, isn't it?
Yeah, Alex Lowe's. Well, the bad luck just continues here at Phillip Island. What a disastrous start for the Bolt Club present Suzuki rider. Not what we wanted to see. Such a talented rider, capable of finishing on the podium. Just not going to be today. At the front then it is Jonathan Ray as we come round to complete the first lap here at Phillip Island of race 2, and he's got a handsome lead there ahead of Chaz Davies. And then in third it is Leon Haslam, and now here comes Michael Van der Mark up the inside. Oh, not quite enough space there. And then Jordi Torres further back trying to make a move on Tom Sykes, but couldn't get it to stick.
And they are side by side there into the southern loop. Sykes is fighting back, and the next target for Sykes will be that man, Van der Mark. That's the man who, in some people's opinions, had him off the road at turn 1 in the first race this afternoon. Whatever your opinion, the fact of the matter was, Sykes went off across the grass and dropped a long way back to the field. Here they are, they're battling into the Stoner corner. This is Sykes and Torres fighting over fifth.
Just behind them is Sylvain Guintoli, number 1, and then Troy Bayliss. What a group of riders we've got here out front. Jonathan Ray never won a World Superbike Championship or a World Supersport, was runner-up in World Supersport way back a few years ago. In second we've got Chaz Davies, former World Supersport champion. In third, Haslam, former World Superbike runner-up. In fourth, Van der Mark, current World Supersport champion. Then behind him, Sykes, 2013 World Superbike champion. And then we've got Torres, who's a Moto2 winner. Guintoli, the reigning champion. Bayliss, 3-time champion. And then Tyrrell, a 125cc World champions. Such a good list of riders here. And at the moment, it's Jonathan Ray that heads them up ahead of Chaz Davis on the Ducati. Then Leon has them in third. In fourth place, Van der Mark from Sainz, Torres, Quintoli and Bayliss.
Something was going on down the bottom of the hill.
In race one, Chaz was third. Jonathan Ray on the Kawasaki looking for his first double here in Australia. We look to the lights at the top left of your screen. As soon as they go out, we're ready, and away we go.
Just imagine how much Van der Mark is learning as he follows riders like Haslam, Ray and Davis, all on different bikes as well, so able to compare a lot as they make their way out of turn 3. It is as close as you like here. Haslam a little bit of a buffer, but nowhere near enough, and we're only just really past the halfway point. This is lap 14 of 22. Look how strong Chaz Davis is under brakes. It doesn't matter whether it's the turn 4 hairpin or the turn 10 downhill hairpin. Chaz Davis extremely strong when it comes to braking.
Yeah, well, Van der Mark does want to learn as much as possible in fourth place. At the same time, ironically, he wants to get past them all. We are in the middle of the Australian summer, so school's over the summer for Michael Van der Mark. He wants to get past these guys and try and get himself that first World Superbike podium.
Happening further back, and Troy Bayliss has lost another place, I'm afraid, down to 10th behind, down to 11th, I should say, behind Matteo Biocco, who takes that 10th place now, and Davis again, third of the 3 of the 4 bikes here, very late on the brakes, but further back, it is Biocco 10th from Bayliss, Ramos, Camia is 11th, Mercado 14th, I'll get there in the end too, Camia 13th, Mercado 14th, Maria in 15th place.
Just for confirmation as well, 2 riders out of this race. Alex Lowe's, sadly mechanical problems, he's pulled into pit lane, and Jed Metcher as well, number 77, the wildcard Aussie. What a great camera view that is of the riders coming down this start-finish straight out of turn 12. It's Haslam that leads this one, looking to go one better. He just lost out to the man in second in race 1. Chaz Davis still there in third, and Van der Mark in fourth. And I'll tell you what, pat on the back to the guys that came up with these rules. There are 4 different manufacturers, all within about a tenth of a second of each other here.
Are the rules going to bring the field closer together? I think they jolly well are.
Just a bit, they said. Unbelievable. On lap 15 here on 22, down into turn 4. Wide entry there for Van der Mark. You can take a couple of different lines into turn 4, and this is Troy Bayliss. This is interesting. Number 21 is coming in. They're actually practicing their technique. This is flag-to-flag racing, of course. You can come in and make pit changes. Tyres must be ruined unless they've decided between themselves to give this a good practice. Bayliss there taking on some water as well. So he's helping out the Ducati team in terms of preparation, because they may well be the only team that get to try that. If it does maybe sprinkle with rain later in this or further down the line in future World Superbike races.
Incidentally, Ben Spies has been on Twitter between the 2 races saying, come on Troy, let Ducati get a third bike out there for you for the next races in Thailand. Don't forget, keep up with all the latest as well with at World SBK, the official Twitter and Facebook feed for the World Superbike Championship. So it's Haslam from Ray, Davis, Van der Mark, Torres, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this is interesting. Davis is rejoining the race. The leaders aren't too far behind Troy. They're just coming down into turn 1 now.
Well, he will move straight out of the way. He won't want to get involved in this. And speaking of ex-world champions that could cut the mustard in World Superbike, I'd love to see Ben Spies getting his leathers back on and coming back into this paddock. So we look to the lights at the top left of your screen. As soon as they go out, we're ready, and away we go. Jonathan Ray has said enough is enough, and here he goes, having a look up the inside. No, doesn't work out. Leon has them so late on the brakes as they go round the back to turn 1. Here comes Ray though, having a look again, and Chaz Davis there. Does Jonathan even know that Chaz is just sitting right on his shoulder?
Wow, that was so close, wasn't it, down into turn 1? Everybody was thinking about that at the inside, but sensibly thought better of it. Now look what's happening. Van der Mark and Torres have caught the 3 at the front. That gap has almost evaporated. In fact, it has evaporated. Van der Mark on the Honda, right in there in that battle going on for second place.
Jordi Torres has gone straight on there. He's outbraked himself. He has rejoined, but behind Tom Sykes, and there was a bit of a wobble moment there for number 81, Jordi Torres, who is regrouping now, but that means that Sykes is up into 5th.
Good save from Torres, kept his head there, still running along in 6th place. Watch for the Aprilia then at the bottom of your picture. There's Sykes, you're going to see Torres appearing. Oh, there he goes, he's disappearing out wide and sensibly looking for the right-hand side, making sure nobody's there as you rejoin. Now then, there's Bayliss, they're at the back of the field. It's the back markers, and they're coming up to lap them. They need to be very careful. You wouldn't imagine Troy Bayliss will get in the way. They'll see the blue flags, of course.
Yeah, they'll see the blue flags and they'll be able to move by. The only problem is this is the most awkward part of the circuit to do it. Tom moves straight out of the way, up on the inside line. Bayliss is going to have to be a bit careful, like you say, though, as we come round now to complete lap 17 of 22.
two. It's still Haslam on the Aprilia that leads this one, and the Aprilia team now starting to get warmed up. 5 laps remaining. I think we're going to have a ding-dong here at the end.
I certainly think we are. Only 0.6 of a second in between the top four. 1.5 seconds.
Times has gone down, and that's such a shame for him on his World Superbike debut. He's had a few moments in this race, and I think he might be okay, but that's just frustration. He's looking around there, and it's going to be Haslam, and he wins his first race since 2010, and I will guarantee you there will be tears of joy down in Aprilia, because that has been a long time coming, and it was 1/100th of a second between Haslam and Ray on the line, 2/10 covering the top 3.
He executed the manoeuvre perfectly. He said he got too close to the back of Johnny Ray in the first race and had to get out on the throttle. That time, just perfectly out of that last corner, dived out to the side at the very last moment. 1/100th of a second.
That is incredible, and it's almost a carbon copy of his race win that he picked up in 2010, his very first win. Memories come flooding back for him. Chaz Davies takes third. I can guarantee you now, Greg, that when you speak to Chaz, he will be frustrated, because he's been in a couple of positions there. It's not quite worked out for him on this occasion, but he can take heart from the fact that he's picked up 2 podiums here. As it is, though, it's this time Leon Haslam's turn to win the race. It means we're going to have a very close championship indeed going into Chang Circuit, because Leon and Jonathan Ray will both be sharing 45 points. But this is incredible. There were folk that were saying this man was completely dried up and that he couldn't. 5 races, 5 wins. Can anyone stop him? Well, you'll have to find out when you join us for Portimao. More racing action coming up from Imola tomorrow with World Superbikes. Thanks for joining us.